It's the Sports Talk Now podcast. Jackie, we're recording. Jackie!
Welcome to Sports Talk Now. I'm your Jackie, your host. I'm here with the Noah.
Sorry?
I'm here with the pundit. My name is Jackie McKenna, and this is Sports Talk Now.
Yes, it is.
Noah, how are you?
I'm excellent. I'm a little tired, I gotta say. I got a little bit of jet lag. I've been overseas, as you know, at a major sports conference where we talk about all the major sports. So, yeah, I could use a little sleep, I'll tell you that. But we had fun. We had a good time. Roger Goodell was there. Tom Brady was there. Aaron Rodgers. So it was really fun.
That's good. That's great.
And yourself?
Oh, I'm a little tired too, but excited to be here and feeding off your energy as much as I can. I don't know if people tuned in. I mean, of course they did. But after last week, I spent the night. You had your party and you were having some people over, so I stayed at a place downtown with some lovely people, some of which it was crazy. They had a ton of sports fans there, but they had these free shirts they were giving out for the Bengals winning the Super Bowl, and so tons of
They did not win the Super Bowl, by the way.
They didn't. But so I took it to mean this was a Bengals fan club. So I tried to talk some football with.
They're big out
everyone, here. Yeah, but
and
they didn't really want to talk. They really just wanted food and my socks. So after I was only allowed.
Were you wearing Bengal socks?
No, just regular white tube socks.
Okay, I think that's sort of a Cincinnati thing.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah, and so I was. Once we were done there, I was only allowed to stay there for 24 hours, and so I came back to your place expecting you to be there, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have asked before I left last week, and it was all locked up, and
I had an early flight the next day, so it was a 1 o'clock flight, but I like to get to the airport early.
Yeah, of course.
And I like to lock up. Because there's a lot of dangerous people that come from downtown and make their way up to me.
So me and my Bengals shirt and no socks I couldn't get in, and I wasn't about to, break a window or destroy your place at all because I knew how much that would upset you, and also,
surprised that even crossed your mind.
And well, I learned some tricks from my friends downtown that they suggested and offered up pretty willingly, and I'm like, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm trying to talk ball here, and they also talked about how to get into a car. So
maybe NASCAR people.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, Cincinnati is a big NASCAR town, from what I understand. So I've just spent the last week,
Talladega. It's close by. Talladega is a
place,
a racing arena.
So I've just spent the last week getting a wonderful tour of the city.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right.
And but I'm a little bushed, and I did.
Me too, brother.
Yeah, and I obviously picked up a lot of smells and things, so I took in a lot of. This
and that's why I let you use my shower.
And I appreciate that. And I made sure to use the cold water. I promise.
Yep.
And
he was disgusting, by the way. It was
just
vile.
No,
He was at my doorstep.
Yeah, you didn't recognize
Just
me
pray,
at
you were
first.
praying.
You didn't. Yeah.
No, I thought you were one of those guys from downtown.
No.
And I
no.
guess you were because you were there.
Yeah. And some of those guys honestly feel like family now after this last week, but that's neither here nor there. I watched a lot of sports through Windows this week, which was interesting, having that sort of removed view. I felt sort of like I was up in the booth calling plays, so that was fun. But anyway, let's if I can.
Yeah, let's start that clock.
Let me just.
Let's talk
Sorry.
sports. All right.
I can't get a hold
Still
of
my house. I'm still letting you stay here.
Is this a phone? Yeah, this is a phone. Okay, and we do 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're on the clock.
All right. And we're underway. And wake up,
And
you fucking...
I wanted to ask, let's talk about the conference and what got you there.
Yeah. So as you probably know, or don't know if you don't follow me, I'm a mogul in the sports world. I've had several jobs ranging from reporter to player, as we mentioned before, to coach, referee, just all over the board. And you meet a lot of people. You meet a lot of people at these events, these sporting events, and you get to talking.
Yeah.
You get to talking, how do we make sports more available? How do we make sports better? How do we get these sports in front of more faces, more eyes, noses, ears, mouths? And so once a year, there's a big convention in Russia. And so we were in Belarus. And
Belarus.
Belarus.
Okay.
And they just have a large arena. And most of the arenas right now in America are being used for sports. And so we didn't have time to lock down one of those. So we go to Belarus and just discussed it. And I wish I could tell you what we had talked about, but it's very hush-hush.
Well, I can speak firsthand to a lot of the work you're doing to help spread the sports throughout this country and keep it, because there is opposition, and especially towards youth sports, what with playing football due to concussions and things like that.
It's ridiculous.
It's a load of malarkey. And I wanted to ask you, what are you doing right now involving youth sports, sort of on your own? Like, I know you're talking to all these big names that you mentioned at the conference, but in your community here.
So many people know that I am an owner of a youth sports organization called We Get That Ball. And it's a conglomerate, so we have one in each state, and it's getting parents to put their kids as quickly as possible into football. So 1 year old, 2 years old, we don't care.
So
we have helmets. You should see how small these helmets are.
Yeah.
It's adorable. It's like those helmets that you put on. I have one of them. One of those like helmets that you put on your desk.
Yeah.
And you put that on the kids. And of course they don't know how to play yet.
So a small helmet.
A small helmet. And shoulder pads. And
you just said a helmet you put on your desk, like.
Yeah.
Like you could have just said a small helmet.
I could have, but I didn't.
Sorry, I'm a little.
And I think most people have trouble picturing a helmet that small.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to relate to the viewer.
You're right.
Anyway, we have very small helmets, very small uniforms. The kids don't know how to play yet. We teach them how to play, and the younger you are, the more you soak up.
How do the parents feel about it?
Parents love it. Oh my God, you should see them. They love it.
They love watching.
They love watching.
And it's pee-wee.
And they get into it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Athletes, parents, you could do a whole documentary on those people.
Oh, well, I can.
And they're great. They're great.
I can imagine, like, when I was a kid, my dad, he was so into when I would play soccer. What was that like for you, having parents who would come to your games and support you?
They So my parents didn't come to many games.
Okay.
So, but I always like to see the other kids' parents, like how excited they were,
Yeah.
rooting them on. And I sort of like filtered, like when there's a kid Chase on my team,
Mm-hmm.
and they would go Chase, go run around the big, go hit a home run. And I would picture in my head they're saying, go Noah, hit that ball, go run to second, steal the base.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love the idea of parents cheering on their kids, and then I get to see that
Mm-hmm.
as I go state to state, monitoring my business.
All right. Well, let's change the subject, maybe.
I think that's a good idea.
Some basketball news. You know, we're not just a football show. There was an altercation at the Golden State Warriors. Now, the Golden State, I'm unfamiliar with that state in the union.
Mm-hmm. So it's somewhere in California.
Got it. Okay. So the Golden State basketball team had an altercation between two of the players in which there was some trash talk at practice, and you know how that can go.
We love it.
We love it.
We love it.
You encourage it with the kids, from what I understand.
Yeah, gets them going. You got to keep them competitive.
You encourage it from the parents too.
Oh, for sure.
And
You get prizes at the end of the season.
for the parents do
The parents and the kids are two separate trophies.
Okay.
The kids one, you should see the trophy. It's so small. It's so small.
It's like a trophy you'd put on your desk.
Well, kids probably don't have desks, so no. Maybe a trophy case. Hopefully, the family has a trophy case
Yeah.
if they win enough.
Yeah.
It's the most clever insult.
The altercation happened because of the trash talk, and one of the players, one of the more senior players, punched one of the young rooks, one of the young bucks trying to lock horns. And
Not a buck. A warrior.
A warrior. A Golden State basketball player.
The Milwaukee Bucks are a different basketball team.
So I wanted your take on that, especially considering, as a leader of young men and wanting to, sometimes that competitive edge can be good. Sometimes it can bleed out onto the court, and you've got yourself a media frenzy. So thoughts?
I'd like to name a player we might have heard of. His name's Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael Jordan was known as one of these elders in his organization.
Mm-hmm. And he was great in Creed.
Is that a film?
Yeah, he's that. I'm
don't
thinking
watch
of
movies.
Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
I'm thinking of Michael B. Jordan.
That's definitely not a person.
Sorry, Creed was on inside of a bar that I was outside the other night.
Okay. We don't talk movies here. We
Okay.
talk sports.
Yep.
Need I remind you? Michael Jordan was known for really getting under his teammates' skin.
Mm-hmm.
He would tell them just the worst things imaginable to get them to score. And look at it. He won like so many championships because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really see the negative side of it. Yes, the media will blow it up out of proportion, but why is that bad?
But when it gets
All
physical,
bad PR is good PR.
but when it gets physical, it's one thing to call names and to use negative reinforcement. But once it gets physical,
right. I mean, my parents, for example, they used some versions of negative reinforcement, and look at where I am today. Like, negative reinforcement is sort of like negative PR. Like, there's no bad negative reinforcement. You're trying to reinforce something.
Yeah.
So as long as you're trying to achieve something, it doesn't matter how you get there. The ends justify the means. And the Golden State Warriors won a championship last year.
Do you ever think about the fact that Michael Jordan, he won all those championships and has set all these records, and he definitely had a slew of wonderful teammates who rose to his caliber. But do you ever think about all the players who didn't?
Who didn't?
Who never reached like a Michael Jordan level, and all of that emotional and abuse was just ultimately unnecessary. It didn't do any good for them at all.
I have yet to see one person come out and say this. You're speculating,
yeah,
and that is the eye of the sportsman. So I appreciate you trying to see something that isn't there.
Yeah,
but there isn't anything there.
Okay. So
championships.
So that type of thing. That makes a lot of sense. That's how you show affection.
Well.
Oh, sorry. That's not the timer. That's actually my dad calling. Let me pick that up.
Well.
Hey, Dad. No, I'm recording the podcast right now. Yeah, no. I was able to get my phone charged. I'm good now. I'm good. Yeah. I'll talk to you after, okay? I love you too. Well, I love you more. All right, bud. Talk to you later. Cool. Sorry about that.
You're going to edit that out.
Okay. Yeah. Go.
Is this the buzzer beater now?
No. That was my phone ringing, but
How are we going to know the difference?
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
We only had a few seconds left anyway, so timed out good.
All right.
I believe it's my take yet. My take is just because my phone's been dead for, as you can see, my phone's been dead for a few days. My family, I want my family all out there. Papa, Mama, cousin Sadie, Maggie, my little sister, my dogs, my mom, I want to let all those people know that I am safe and sound, and I'll give you all a call after this, but if you hear the podcast first, I'm all good. Pass it to the pundit.
All right. You didn't need to do that.
What?
You didn't. We're not really talking to individuals on this podcast. This is for everybody.
Okay.
Just want to let you. Okay. No, it's fine. You did it, but just for future reference. My take is going to be sports related, obviously. The NBA season is about to begin, and I believe it's scheduled to start on October 20th. But I think there's going to be a secret game that starts the season that nobody knows about until they tell us the day of. And I believe it'll be a couple days before October 17th. And we're going to see the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics. Those were the teams that played last year, and they're going to start the season, and it's going to be exciting. And we're not going to see it coming, but you are because you listen to the podcast.
Okay, that's another episode in the books. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm on the floor.
I'm gonna watch the game
on the floor.
tonight.
On the floor. I'm going to sleep on the floor.
Yeah, we're gonna have the game on, but
who's we? You're having more people over?
No, I'm watching the game out here.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank God. I thought you were about to tell me you're gonna have another party and I'm gonna have to head out, and I don't want to do that.
No,
again.
that's tomorrow.
Okay.
This has been Sports Talk Now. It's the Sports Talk Now podcast.